What's up, guys? Today I will be discussing the topic, is Fortnite dying, and if not, when will it? If you enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. My username is Chalkwit. I will put the links down in the description. Alright, let's dive into it. So one question I've been intrigued by lately is the question, is Fortnite dying? I've seen several YouTubers make videos on this topic, and many of you have probably seen Jed's Fortnite is Dying videos. Something that disappointed me about his video, though, is that he didn't explain why Fortnite was dying, and also didn't give any evidence to support the claim. He spent most of the video explaining what in his opinion was wrong with the game at the time, which, don't get me wrong, is perfectly fine, but he definitely should have chosen a different title. Now to address the claim he made in the title, that Fortnite is dying. Is it really? If you look at the statistics, Fortnite really isn't dying, and here's why. Fortnite right now is probably more popular worldwide than it has ever been. Recently, in the month of December, Fortnite reached 200 million registered users, nearly equal to the population of Brazil, and it's the highest amount of registered users Fortnite has reached so far. Also in December, Fortnite reached their top amount of concurrent users, which is 8.3 million. That means that 8.3 million users have been playing at once. In September, Fortnite had 78 million users, and in December, Epic reported numbers of 80 million users. So between the month of September and December, there was no decline of players. Now one last piece of evidence for Fortnite dying is Twitch. If you go into Twitch at any time of the day, Fortnite is pretty much always the game with the most viewers. And it's been this way for some time now. Now I understand that some people who watch Fortnite may not play it, but I think it's safe to say that the majority of the players watching Fortnite play Fortnite. So Fortnite definitely isn't dying. So when will it? Now I've researched this topic online and I found all kinds of answers to this question. Some people who commented 6 months ago say that Fortnite is going to die in 6 months, which they were obviously wrong about, while others say that Fortnite won't die for another 10 years. In my personal opinion, Fortnite won't die at least another few years. That's just my guess, honestly, but I'm not 100% sure, and nor is anyone else. There are many factors that can lead to a game's death that, unless you can read the future, make it very hard to time a game's death. Two common factors that can lead to a game dying are the game's creator and other games. If a game's creator alters a game too much and or upsets the fan base, a game can start dying. A great example of this was H1Z1. Daybreak, the creators of H1Z1, changed the core mechanics of the game, and much of the fan base got upset and left the game. A game can also start dying after the release of another game. If the fan base of the older game moved away from that game and towards the new game, the older game will obviously start dying. This happened to PUBG. PUBG was doing great, but when Fortnite started gaining traction, PUBG started losing bits of its fan base and therefore started dying. These examples lead to the conclusion that Fortnite can die at any time, even unexpectedly, especially if Epic isn't careful with their alterations to the game. But if Fortnite is lucky enough, it can also become a game that is still going strong a decade from now, just like League of Legends is able to remain popular even after a near decade. Now I've talked about whether Fortnite is dying and how it could die, but one thing I haven't talked about is just the opposite. How can Fortnite remain popular and relevant like League of Legends was able to do? Before I get started talking about this topic, I know that all games are different and that games can remain popular in different ways, but I do think there are a few fundamental things a game must have to stay popular. First off, the game must be fun and entertaining, long term. This may seem obvious, but since I'm going over the fundamentals, I practically have to put this one in. I also think that many games are fun short term, but after a week or a month, they get old. Next off, a game must have regular updates. Without new items, map changes, new skins, etc., the game is almost certainly going to get old. One of the reasons Fortnite is still popular more than a year after its release is because Fortnite has weekly updates, and these updates keep people coming back. Lastly, a game's creator must listen to the community. If the community doesn't like an item in game or some kind of update to the game, the creators must listen and change or get rid of that item of the update. Epic did this when people complained about the shotgun being underpowered, so Epic buffed the shotgun. All in all, I'm sure there are many more fundamental things a game must need to remain relevant, but these are at least 3 of them, in my opinion. Although Fortnite can very well die within the next few years, I personally hope it doesn't, and know many people share that opinion. I think that the game overall is very entertaining and a addicting game that is being maintained very well by Epic. Anyways, once again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Comment down below what you think when you think Fortnite will die. This is my first video I made so far.